audio stuff is working. Live on YouTube. Fuck's sake. I accidentally advertised a documentary instead of my stream into my Discord. God damn it. I don't know how many viewers I'm gonna get on this stream, considering I barely even post on YouTube. So I never stream on here. If I do stream, it's usually on Twitch. Even then, I rarely even stream on Twitch. So yeah. This is kind of I've been waiting for this documentary to come out. I did hear months back that Jumper was making something. Like he was making some documentary. And I'm pretty sure before his Discord got nuked. I'll go on to intermission. Pretty sure before his Discord got nuked. He said something about like asking people to if they want to like if they'd be up to like tell their craziest like VR chat stories. That's all I can remember. I don't know if that like correlates into the documentary because I know Jumper's made his own. But I'm gonna be reacting to Brandon's one. I mean, there's not really much I can say. If you guys want an update on like the whole me quitting VR chat thing, I retract that statement. Yeah, I can't find. I don't know what else to do for YouTube. So it looks like I'm still doing VR chat, which is yay. You know what? It's fine. We're gonna react to this documentary. Shit's gonna be, you know, it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. I know that. There's probably gonna be some like fucked up shit on this documentary. So yeah, let's get into it. This is VR Chat is Lying to You by Brandon FM. I just got home, so I can react to this documentary. Let's see. Let's take a little gander of this.
Goddamn. Oh my god, Anna, bro. Holy.
What you're seeing on screen is a censored recording of a VRChat employee named Sai getting a from another user in an erotic dancing club he has been running in secrecy. Despite VRChat marketing themselves as a game for children, Sai, an official employee, faced zero consequences after we reported this through VRChat's support team, even though his actions were against VRChat's official terms of service.
I mean, they're just gonna ban me for like making a parody group of the Royal Furries, but they're not gonna ban a mod for like getting a virtual lap dance in a VR chat lobby when it's a 13 plus game. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
This clip is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the information we have been gathering over the past year. Information that proves VRChat has been lying to you for almost a decade. In the 1990s, cigarette companies tried to claim nicotine was not addictive. Today, VRChat's head of community claims the platform is no more dangerous than the rest.
That's what Tupper looks like. He looks way different than how I imagine he'd look like. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's just say he looks a little better than what I thought he looked like. We'll leave it at that, all right? I don't want Tupper to like permanently ban all my accounts.
Of the internet.
I believe the premise of BBC's show was we pretended to be a 18-year-old girl on the internet, and you'll never believe what happened. Which is like, yeah, that is terrible. But we are on the internet.
These quotes both put the blame
What?
of a product's negative effects onto the user, and they are both a bold-faced lie. Today, we know cigarette companies lied about nicotine being addictive because of a man named Jeffrey Wigand, who was fired from the third largest tobacco manufacturer in the US after expressing concerns about added toxins in the product. After being let go, Jeffrey secretly worked with journalists to whistleblow the tobacco industry's biggest secrets over the course of a year.
They're trying to do what they can to paint you as irresponsible, a liar.
Well, I think the word they've used, Mike, is a master of deceit.
You wish you hadn't come forward? You wish you hadn't blown the whistle?
Today I will introduce you to the Jeffrey Wigand of VRchat, a content creator that
Jeffrey Wigand of VRchat.
sacrificed the last year of their life
Jumper. Oh yeah. Dude, when Jumper just stopped uploading, I wondered where he went, because I honestly thought all of his videos, I thought he was a funny guy. I thought he was hilarious. But nah, this guy did some fucking spy shit. Bro, I'm convinced he was working for SHIELD, just gathering intel on VRchat. Dude was definitely working for SHIELD.
to infiltrate the platform's inner circles. They managed to befriend the official developers, procured deep relationships with some of the platform's biggest content creators, and interacted with some of the most degenerate users VRchat has to offer.
What should I call you? Is it like Satori, Fumo?
You just call me Satori, and that'd be really cool. Let's stick with that.
Anything you say.
300k subs? Dude, you have 300k subs and you're doing this shit. That's crazy. Like, why would you risk all of that fame? Just for like... let's let it play out. I don't know what's gonna play out. But like, I assume it's something bad.
Hi, Story.
Hey, what up? Hello.
Hi, Satori.
Hi. Welcome home.
VRchat
This
Predator?
is Satori. If you've interacted with this account in the last year, there's a possibility you'll develop trust issues once the credits roll on this video, because we're about to showcase something that has never been done before in the
Well, I've never met any Satori, so like... Pretty sure we're good. I mean, I most likely would have trolled them. Okay, I've never met no Satori, but like... If I did meet them... I don't know. I feel like I would... Unless they're using a voice changer, I probably would have recognized it was like Jumper.
history of VRchat. Satori sacrificed a year of their life dedicating themselves to becoming a modern-day VRchat player. They forced themselves to go drinking and clubbing on the weekends, spent hours every day world hopping. When there was seemingly nothing else to do, they would simply mirror dwell with randoms to fit in. They even paid real money for a uniquely made Unity avatar, and on top of that, engaged in erotic roleplay with other users.
Oh! Oh no! Oh! Dude, really? Bro, Jumper. I am so sorry. Shit, that must be horrid. I would not wish that upon my worst enemy. Oh, wow. Dude, that's fucking... That must have been so draining, mentally. That had to have been draining on his mental health. It would have, for me at least.
Good boy.
Oh,
This is how a man
man!
found VRchat's deepest secrets, what it took to achieve that, and how he was never the same once he logged out.
There are times I wish I hadn't done it, but there are times that I feel compelled to do it. If you ask me if I would do it again, or if it, do I think it's worth it? Yeah. I think it's worth it. I think in the end, people will see the truth.
Kera, I just want to say you have very beautiful eyes,
Wait, Jinxie?
and I love the sound of your voice.
Oh, you know why they call me Cat Mom for real, though?
Why?
Because I can be your cat girl. Or your mommy.
I forgot Jinxie had a VR chat phase. It was so weird that it just slipped out of my mind because I don't know. I mean, I don't really watch Jinxie, but I remember my friend telling me that Jinxie has a VR chat girlfriend, and I mean, I just couldn't believe it. Like, this dude was literally reviving Siege 3 years ago. He was doing this shit like a couple months ago. What are we doing, Jinxie?
Before we meet
The Great
Satori,
Goon.
I wanted to address what I am now calling the Great VRChat Goon. The movement was spearheaded by a popular content creator named Jinxie, who began going on virtual dates with VRChat e-girls, which resulted in some pretty hilarious clips that went viral across all social media
It
platforms.
was in April? That long ago?
Hi.
From there, other streamers saw the potential in clip farming VRChat's sexual content, which has resulted in an
That's
entirely
insane.
new audience becoming aware of the platform.
Oh my god! Oh! Turn back around!
I think these streams do a perfect job of showcasing VRChat's biggest issue. Deep down, sexual content is its main appeal, and this isn't a recent trend. If you go onto
It's been like
Instagram,
that for, like,
Twitter, or Reddit and search up VRChat,
years.
it is filled with content. The company knows this, and over the course of many years, they have allowed the player base to build out vast and detailed NSFW systems that are tailor-made for their platform. What you don't see on Jinxie's streams is the full ability of the avatars he's interacting with, because at the click of a button, most of them could go I don't blame streamers or players
What?
for engaging in this side of the platform. I blame VRChat for allowing it in the first place. The reason
Right.
this is such a huge problem is while VRChat grows off its sexual content, it continues to market itself to with its new iOS app launch and Rabbids collab.
Dude, I remember when it came out on the fucking App Store. It was just, what's up, Jilly Puff? I don't know. Like, something was, that was just so off-putting to me. Like, how it's even, I just didn't like how it's on the App Store. And, like, how it just gives iPad kids the ability to just, you know, made it to the stream. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, no, I just, it just made me so uncomfortable how one click of a button, VR chat's now on your iPad, and you can access, like, you can witness, experience all the disturbing shit that a lot of people have witnessed. I mean, I've witnessed some pretty weird stuff. I remember I had a phase where I wanted to, like, do pred catching. That shit was just, dude, that was just horrible. Yeah, this is the VR chat documentary, Jilly. Brandon FM made it. But yeah, no, I did have, like, a phase where I wanted to become a VR chat pred catcher. And, like, actually experiencing, like, having to talk to the predators, it was fucking disgusting. Like, like, that whole pred catcher thing ended in January because it was just so bad on my mental health. And I think it just, like, you know, I wanted to stop when I found out VR chat wasn't doing anything with, like, banning Kiki. She was still roaming, like, free on the platform with no repercussions, just hopping ults left and right.
This inherently makes VRChat a prime place for predators to groom. VRChat has taken Roblox's biggest issues and pushed them to their most extreme, while flying under the radar of mainstream criticism.
Right, because I remember. Sorry for pausing so much, by the way. I just want to, like, add in my thoughts, obviously. Yeah, the whole bad actor catching stuff is, like, Yeah, it really does drain your mental health after a while because, like I said, actually interacting with the Preds is horrible. They admit to some disgusting shit, and it's just it's heartbreaking, especially when those people have actual victims. Yeah, now you're good. You can pause and read chat. All good. Yeah, thanks. What was I gonna say? Yeah, okay, no, I remember. Schlepp actually went to VR chat for a little bit. He actually wanted to see how bad the platform was. He said it's worse than Roblox. He said that was like the worst. That was like the most disgusting behavior he's ever seen on the platform. And honestly, I can see it. Oh, where the fuck is my drink? Oh, it's over there. Hold on. It's at my other desk. Give me a minute, guys.
For years. This problem is exactly why Satori started their undercover investigation.
For me to sit and explain how I got this information, it's exciting and it does build off one another, but it is a long, tedious road. And at that point, then how do I justify putting a year of my life into something, walking away from my job, taking a break from college, cutting off all social ties, and
Dude. He left his... He quit his job and took a break from college just to like expose these people. Yeah, it makes me mad how Roblox dealt with it. Yeah, honestly, like they dealt with it in such a horrible way, low key. I don't like it. But like I was saying, yeah, that's pure dedication to like just focus on VR chat and like focus on like exposing the devs. So I honestly give props to Jumper for like actually doing this because I don't think I'd be able to do it. Yeah, it is wild work, bro.
locking myself in my room to just work. I put everything on the line for this, dude. And it's because I believe that there is something here that can be done. And now I'm stuck.
During my first call with Satori, they showed me two eye-opening clips, both of which involved a prolific user named Sipbox. Satori had gained their trust by attending 4chan VR chat lobbies over the course of a couple weeks.
Do people use 4chan for VR chat? That's cringe. I'm sorry, that is cringe.
During which, Sipbox had no clue he was being spied on. The reason these clips shocked me is because me and Sipbox have some unfinished business that resulted in VRChat humiliating themselves in a public statement. A statement that I have been waiting over a year to debunk. So before I showcase the clips that blew my mind,
Also,
we need a brief history lesson.
Butter is on my desk. She's... Oh, your cat? Hey, tell Butter I said hi.
In the antics of Sipbox, the first of VRChat's lies.
Yeah, I don't know where my cats are.
Sipbox is an official moderator in the VRChat Discord, home to over 100,000 users. He obtained this position by making some of VRChat's most iconic avatar tutorials, which garnered him a lot of trust with the staff members and general community.
I feel like I've watched this guy before, because... Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest. I used to, like, regularly play VRChat. Not like, you know, I was a full-on degenerate VRChat player. No, I was just, like... I just kept in my own little space, you know? What's up, loser? What's up, Maggie? Like, no, I kept in my little space, like, in my own little friend group. And, like, we weren't, like, weird. You know what I mean? We were just, like, a normal friend group. And I'm pretty sure I wanted to make some avatars just for myself. You know, I thought it would be cool to have some custom avatars. Yeah, using Unity is not for the weak. I'm gonna put it that way.
How's it going, guys? Today, I'll be showing you how to upload your very own custom avatar into VRChat using the brand new VRChat Creator Companion. So, with all that out of the way, let's get started.
Back in June of 2024, I found evidence through social media footprints, leaked VRChat screenshots, and avatar rips that proved...
Oh, wait, I remember watching another documentary by, Brandon. Sitbox does ring a bell. It does ring a bell. I don't know where I've heard the name. I feel like it was in that Brandon documentary, but that name 100% rings a bell.
Sitbox was attracted to lol content, which
yes, I remember he was like into that shit. Oh my word. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Dude, whenever I was on VR chat, it was legit just to observe. I'm too anxious usually to talk to people on there. You know, I was the same, don't worry. I used to be like really socially awkward. I'd be lucky to like even build up the courage to add someone as a friend back then. But nowadays, I just go up to anyone and just start like rage baiting. But yeah, this name definitely does ring a bell. I do remember them like being attracted to that weird shit.
for those who don't know, is drawings or 3D animation that sexualizes fictional. Using VRChat's avatar system, Sitbox uploaded custom lolicon avatars that had working to engage in erotic roleplay with other players, all while being an official moderator for VRChat's Discord server.
Yeah, and didn't like Tupper look at like the Google Drive for like a couple seconds and clicked off and said, well, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, you're literally head admin of VRChat. What are we talking about? What do you mean you can't do anything about it?
After I published these findings,
yeah, I knew it. Oh my, Jesus. Okay, I probably shouldn't say that actually. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend anyone who's religious, but I do remember this. I do remember. Excuse me. I do remember watching this video. Especially if I talk to, you know, people be weird with women. Yeah, no, that's fair. VR chat players are extremely weird with women. Yeah, I've definitely seen stuff about Sitbox, how you say his weird ass name. Yeah, no, dude's a fucking weirdo. I don't rate him at all.
Public's reaction caused VRChat to make an official statement, something that they had never done before. On June 23rd, VRChat stated, Sitbox was suspended as a Discord moderator.
Oh yeah! No, okay, I might have... Okay, yeah, I remember this. They took away his mod for a bit, but I'm pretty sure they gave it back to him shortly after, because apparently he was found not guilty. Like, come on. The evidence is clear as day.
While they conducted an internal investigation into the allegations, they also used this opportunity to talk about child safety on their platform, finally saying they will be adding age verification within the year, something myself and the general VRChat community had wanted for a very long time.
But like, it's literally it's stuck behind a paywall. Basically, you have to pay for VRChat Plus to get age verification, which, I mean, I do it. I pay for VRChat Plus just because I want more than 50 fucking avatars. But like, at the same time, I don't really agree with locking behind age verification. I think that's just a really scummy way on like getting people to buy it. I personally think they should make it free. That's just me though.
This was overall a very positive response, but that would all change just a few days later. On June 27th, 2024, just 4 days after their first public statement, VRChat would wrap up their internal investigation on Sitbox and post their findings, saying, quote, "After investigating all accusations and information provided, both FPOL and Sitbox have been offered reinstatement as moderators in the VRChat Discord server." They then go on to claim that they found no evidence of Sitbox engaging in harmful activity on VRChat.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's... How? Alright, Sitbox clearly had to have, like, deleted the avatars before VRChat could find the proof, because there's no way.
Asserting the evidence I presented was invalid due to one of the clips being 6 years old, before Sitbox...
What? 6 years old? Apparently, because... What? Okay, so they couldn't do that because one of the clips was 6 years old. Dude, it doesn't make it right either way. The fuck? Oh, VRChat. The VRChat mod team is a joke.
Was on the moderation team. They then went on...
Before he was on the moderation team, so if he was, then, you know, he would have been gone. But if he wasn't, he gets away with it scot-free, apparently. Yeah, that says a lot about VRchat's, like, mod team.
To accuse me of obtaining my information through doxing and blackmail, claims that they have not provided any evidence for to this day. Sitbox himself would take things a step further in his own response, saying these ERP sessions happened when he himself was a minor, a huge revelation many people online and even content creators believed. However, this was a blatant lie. It was impossible Sitbox was a minor at the time, due to VRchat's UI being updated in the screenshots I provided. As you can see, there is a group banner above Sitbox's name tag, which was a feature added in November of 2022. After people pointed out this error in Sitbox's response, VRchat edited their statement, changing the words from 6 years to several years. They of course failed to understand that this ambiguity breaks the house of cards their argument was built on in the first place. The only logical conclusion there is to draw from this statement is that VRchat is okay with
the way VRchat goes about their own investigations as well. No, literally, it's fucking disgusting how they let It's disgusting how they let these people get away with everything. Like dead ass. Oh, I'm gonna see what. Okay. Okay, alright. He's just linking all the videos and his own stream. Probably watched like 30 seconds of a stream before I actually like went back home. But yeah.
Content uploaded and used on the very platform they peddle to 13-year-old kids. Because in their own words, their investigation found no major violations of our guidelines, despite Sitbox admitting in his own statement the evidence was real. As I'm recording this video, Sitbox is still a moderator in the VRchat Discord server, and has since claimed he no longer engages in sexual acts in VRchat. And as you're about...
Like, how much you guys want to bet this is a lie? I'm gonna bet my entire, like, house.
Out to see, this elaborate backstory made the clip Satori showed me in our first call that much worse. What you're seeing is an entirely censored recording of Sitbox ERP.
Oh, I knew it! Oh, you fucking liar! You fucking liar! Oh my word! Yeah, I knew he was fucking lying when he said that he no longer takes part in like sexual activities in VRchat. You little fucking liar.
Being with another user who was wearing an avatar that looks no older than 20. And it's at this point I would like to point out a paradox in mine and VRchat's relationship while proposing a quick solution. The footage Satori shared with me isn't just something I can't show on YouTube, it's a piece of content I am not comfortable sharing anywhere. We know the act Sitbox partook in 100% violated VRchat's terms of service in section 13.2d and 8.4c. So I'd like to publicly invite VRchat to reach out to me via Twitter, and I will validate the existence of this video privately, alongside any other evidence I've referenced in any of my videos, including this one. And before they tell me...
Hates it, but I never found VRchat fun. Yeah, I mean, the last time I actually, like, had real fun in VRchat was probably 2022. I'm gonna be so honest. I mean, there are times where, like, I am, like, you know, having a laugh with everyone when trolling, and I'm, like, actually, you know, giggling, shiggling, because we made someone mad. Like, these days, VRchat's just an absolute shit show. I'm gonna be so honest. Anyways,
to submit it through their official ticket system. We did that last time, and Sitbox is still on the platform getting his by a year-old looking avatar.
I wanted to lay here and cuddle with you throughout the whole Deadpool trilogy and you several times throughout.
Unfortunately, I was never going to be able to watch all of them.
Yeah, it's
as
okay.
As much as I wanted to, I couldn't.
You'll just have to think about it next time.
The wild thing is, That was just the first clip Satori showed me. The second clip made me realize just how far they were willing to go to blend in. I guess I'm wondering if you'd be open to talking about all the Sitbox stuff and what went on between you two.
I'd be willing to talk about it. I mean, it's what happened. I want to tell the story, like what happened. I don't want to like hide details from it. I definitely feel a little strange about it. Not really something you want to go around and gloat. Oh, dude, look at all the ERP I went through, dude.
Yeah, but it's the why you went through it. That's the interesting part.
I like how crazy people can get when making characters, except for discussing shit, but that's mostly about it. Yeah, I think the most unique part about VR chat for me was definitely like I could wear any copyrighted character that I wanted to be. I even do this when trolling. Like a lot of the time, I'm trolling wearing an Naruto avatar.
See, the thing is, man to man, and I tell nobody this, right? I have yet to be broken in, so I'm a little like hesitant.
Are you or not?
If you're buying McDonald's after, I'll think about it.
No, what? You don't need McDonald's.
What?
You'll.
Yo. Hold up. Jarvis, rewind the video real quick.
Buying McDonald's after, I'll think about it.
No, what?
Okay, chat. Is Sitbox black? If he's black, then we'll allow it. But if he's white, that is crazy.
You don't need McDonald's. You'll already swallowed a fat from my fuck.
Oh.
You won't have any room for McDonald's.
I'm so high.
You're so retarded. I need to rape you.
What? Oh? No, that's not even funny. That's fucking insane. What the fuck? Dude, that is actually the wildest thing I've ever heard. No, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. Oh no. Oh jeez.
It's a good thing we're both drunk, so.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but like.
That's okay. That part's kind of hot. Alright, we'll be back in like half an hour, guys. I did.
I apologize. I'm like really nervous. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're fine.
For fuck's sake.
You okay?
I drank way too much. I'm sorry.
I think it's really cute when people who aren't used to it get into it.
Unfortunately, I have to stop the clip here, as I cannot show what happens after this point on YouTube. And obviously, a lot of you are asking why Satori did this. This form of gathering intelligence has its own moral dilemmas, and its own valid criticism.
I didn't even hear what he's saying. Well, he said the N-word and called Jumper retarded and said that he wanted to grape the shit out of him. His words, not mine. I'm guessing Sip doesn't have melanin for real.
The obvious one being, Satori engaged in the same parts of the platform they believe should not be allowed. It should be noted, however, that neither of them used a lolly avatar during this event, unlike the clip prior, where Satori was simply an invisible spectator. The question is the mere pursuit of change enough to justify Satori's actions? Regardless of my opinion, it's an interesting question to keep in the back of your mind as we delve further into their journey. Satori's finds on Sitbox was the first step in showing VRchat's sexual nature is not due to an out-of-control player.
Yeah, it's disgusting, Meg. I don't fucking like this at all. But, like, I've been waiting for, like, the longest time for someone to actually expose VRchat and, like, the heinous shit they've done. And, I guess we're in the endgame now.
It's a systemic issue with the company. VRchat had the chance to deal with this individual before, but their incompetent and dishonest internal investigation back in 2024 led them to this very moment.
I've told you before, but man, it's like, it's never a point in the day, other than I guess where I'm gaming, where I'm not doing something VRChat related. Like literally every facet of my day is around something VRChat related. It's actually draining. I can't do anything without thinking about how could I tie this back to the project. And it gets exhausting. I've gained weight. I stopped working out. I cut off a lot of socials. I isolated. When you have nothing going on in your life, no friends calling you, nobody inviting you to go out, it's a little sad. I definitely want to repair that when we're done. But it's like my whole
Oh yeah, no, they have hell to pay.
A lot with this.
Like I said, I've known that a documentary about VRChat was being made by Jumper. I didn't know Akbar was involved. I didn't know Brandon was involved. There could be so many more people involved that I don't know about. Well, that I know, but I've never known that they're involved. They never said anything publicly, or to me.
The day after Satori showed me their Sitbox finds, I received an invite to a Discord server named Operation Mithras. Mithras was a
profile picture of doom and despair.
Discord server comprised of 25 individuals, ranging from content creators, VRChat veterans, professional artists, and decoys. After Satori handed me direct proof that helped dismantle VRChat's response to my 2024 documentary, the least I could do was help out alongside them. To many members, it became a second home, but to Satori, it was becoming their only home. The truth was, after the Sitbox find, the team went on a serious dry streak. Most leads led to nowhere, and in many ways, while Satori had built up a strong reputation in the more degenerate side of the game, the developers felt extremely out of reach. But that would soon take a sharp turn. After 60 days of no progress, Satori recognized a pattern most people would have missed. This is where things started to pick up.
There were things I saw, there were things I learned, there was things I observed that I felt that needed to be told. The focus continues to be
on... by the way, guys, if you can hear anything in the background, that's just my fan. It's like...
aggressive tactics to undermine my credibility.
It's 27 degrees in the UK right now. So I apologize for that, but I'm not trying to get, cooked alive. Strength of God. Sounds like a God of War villain. What the fuck?
This is Boat, a VRChat group that gathers every Thursday on a virtual yacht to host an 18+ event consisting of music, dancing, and ERP. What no one on the Mithras team...
No, so it's basically like a VRChat Diddy party, if you will. Okay. Sure.
Team knew at the time is a small detail relating to Boat would shape the next 6 months of the investigation. One night, Satori was scrolling through a few of the VRChat developers' profiles and noticed many of them had joined this exact group. Intrigued with the idea that we may have just found the developers' weekly hangout spot, Satori decided to do some digging before the next event by joining a world instance that had been running since last Thursday. The hypothesis was that if Satori could build up a small amount of reputation before the next event, they might have an easier time socializing.
It was like 35 degrees for me yesterday. Shit was hell. So I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy, Jitty.
With the rest of the attendees. But this goal would be quickly put to one side after Satori met a user named Ezeel.
I have a question. What should I call you? Is it like Satori Fumo?
Okay, there's two responses to this. All right, I'm gonna give you
Blood for YouTube purposes. It's that bad.
response, which is you can just call me Satori. The other response is you can call me anything, but that's like a little like forward. I don't normally tell people that, so you just call me Satori, and that'd be really cool. Let's stick with that.
Can I call you Dave?
I would love Dave too. Please call me Dave. I love Dave.
Dave.
Anything you say.
Anything.
So who is Azil besides a user with a naked avatar? Azil is a popular VRChat content creator turned full-time virtual sex worker. Their YouTube...
Oh, yikes. Oh, dear. Yeah, I mean, FL here, bro. It's always hot, LMAO. Real humor, too. Yeah, I mean, the humidity in the UK is also pretty fucking bad. Oh, this is the person with 300k subscribers I was talking about earlier. Okay.
Consists of interviewing players about their real-world experiences, and in many ways, their videos are the antithesis to the trolling content that has remained so popular over the past few years. However, around a year ago, Azil found out just how lucrative the VRChat sex work scene truly is, and since then, their YouTube career has taken a backseat to her new career of being an online. On the surface, Azil's story seems to be just another drop in the bucket when it comes to the VRChat NSFW pipeline, but Satori quickly found out this was not the case. In fact, Azil would feed us information that would shape the rest of our investigation.
I dealt Tupper, offered Tupper well, I don't know, we're more like work affiliated than anything, because he works at VRChat directly, and I have had direct collaborative projects with VRChat and some of the bigger groups in it. I will say this, for someone who literally has their entire job driven by violating the TOS on a regular basis, it's kind of hilarious how much I am not pissing them off.
Well, I mean, the TOS is
They're just admitting to it.
Gee. I don't think any of the staff actually cares.
Well, no, they don't. I've been explicitly told as such. My work with clients in VRChat is technically against TOS, but, like, they don't care.
There are two key things to take away from this clip. Azil claims she has been explicitly told the VRChat developers do not care about adult content on their platform, and at the end of the clip, she states that she does sex work using VRChat and the developers know but do not care. To give that statement more perspective, Azil is claiming VRChat does not care if people are selling virtual reality for money on a platform they advertise to all ages. In return, Satori would befriend Azil under false pretenses in order to extract as much information as possible over the coming months. But this facade of a friendship wasn't like the others.
Azil was such a lucky find, dude. This never should have happened. It was an insane level of coincidences. She is really just a product of her environment. She is evidently like pretty much living ass to mouth, doing tons of like VR just so she can make enough money to afford her rent. I would feel terrible for her, and I would just give her real life advice. Hey, you know what? You should go back to college. Hey, you know what? Maybe you should.
Yeah, no, they're guilty. Like, they're admitting to like breaking TOS with like the developers openly knowing, but like they don't care. They're not gonna ban her or anything. Like, I don't see how VRChat's gonna like, you know, get away with this. I mean, they probably will, low key. They're definitely gonna like. I feel like they're gonna like try and snipe Jumper's accounts. Although I don't think he'd want to play the game anymore, so that would be a W for him. So I wouldn't. I don't think he'd get mad, but like, still, they probably like try and make sure that these guys can't touch the game again. Which, yikes.
Like, I was around her because I was investigating her.
But there was periods where you were like genuinely, the dynamic between you two was just friends.
Yes, like no information. I would just hang out with her, and if I got information, it was a byproduct.
Satori's and Azil's relationship undoubtedly complicated the investigation. Unlike Sitbox, who was engaging in adult content on VRChat with avatars that represented, Azil was using adult models, so Azil's promiscuity on VRChat was not the main reason we were investigating them. The core issue we discovered was that the VRChat developers, Tizzy and Scout, both were friends with Azil and knew exactly what she was doing on the platform, and neither of them ever reported it, despite it being against the official terms of service.
That's insane.
Does Tizzy know what you do for work? Like, I'm assuming, have you guys like discussed that?
Yeah, we talk about it. I mean, if this stays low key, like, I basically went up to Scout and Tizzy at one point, and I was like, "Hey, you know what I do? Are you gonna ban me?" And the answer was like pretty definitively, "We're not gonna ban you." And it sounds like, furthermore, they don't really give a shit about NSFW unless the investors throw a fit. The things that I do in VRChat, because of the value of the relationship for the company, to me, tend to be less impactful on my account safety and my reputation than they are for a lot of other people.
Listen, I'm literally going to be with a staff member. I'm basically like locked into not getting banned at this point and like not having problems with the VRChat team. Like, is like universally loved by everyone at VRChat. Like, she moved faster up in the company than anyone else pretty much ever has.
If this was Roblox instead of VRChat, this would be all over the news tomorrow. But somehow, VRChat continues to fly under the radar of mainstream journalism, which is the primary way parents can learn about adult content thriving on a platform that might very well play.
How
And
do they get
although
away
I don't
with this,
agree
man?
with what Azil is doing, I don't believe they're a bad person. They are
Tired,
just
goes
engaging
back.
with the culture
Yeah.
VRChat has fostered for almost a decade. I want to make it very clear that these types of activities
Nah,
are
for real, they
extremely
are.
normal on the platform. It's because of this that both myself and Satori decided to reach out to Azil and tell them what we plan to talk about in this video.
Wait,
Well,
let me read this. I want to come... Okay, alright. I want to come clean and tell you that I've been working hand in hand with Brandon FM for the better part of a year to get information on this next documentary, along with one from my channel as well. That being said, you are going to be talked about in this video. I know he doesn't plan to criticize you, and the reason for your inclusion is because of your ties to the staff. Nothing else. Me personally, however, I may touch on some of the conversations we had on Discord where we debated ERP and if it should be allowed. And if I do, I may critique those. I wanted to say it's not personal, and the way we met happened by complete coincidence. I know we shared some personal moments over the year, like in the cases of you ranting about personal things, etc. Let it be clear, we have no interest in including any personal information about you in any of our works. I know you probably have a lot of questions, and I'll do my best to answer any that you do have. Okay, I can't read for shit. Okay. Alright, I think we've established that the Yagami cannot read. Yeah, we can talk.
Also giving them an opportunity to give us an official statement we could read to you today. That statement is on screen right now. Feel free to read through the...
Alright, hi Brandon, here's my statement for your and Jumper's videos. It's no secret among the VR chat community or my audience that Tizzy and I are friends and have worked together in several ventures over the years. Primarily in the non-profit space. Following the conversation we had, I sat down with her and asked if I was being given favor in the VR chat moderation process. Her answer was no, as I previously explained to you. We know you were never called on for popcorn reading. Bro, shut the fuck up. How about that? Alright, yeah, thanks Brandon for making me read. Yeah. So, as I previously explained to you, my current understanding of the company policy is that the moderation team itself is a self-contained system which operates independently of the devs, as you may know them. This is evident in the many examples of people who you'd imagine in... Okay. Who you'd imagine would be in favor with VR chat as a company being banned either temporarily or permanently. So this even includes me. It was a 24-hour suspension for a joke group I made. Oh, so I got banned for the same reason? But they just banned me for a week. Okay, yeah. Cool. And the same thing happened to one of the biggest shader developers in the game recently. Say what you will about the policy, but I don't believe that they bend the rules for any individual. They fucking did for me! All that being said, I want to acknowledge that you have genuine concerns about child safety, which will be brought up in your video, and I'd like to do so by sharing my own personal opinion if I was ever responsible for a minor. And they asked me if they could use Discord, Twitter, or VRChat or any social media platform without substance. Okay, guys, I think we have to remember I didn't pass English in my GCSEs. Supervision. My answer would be no. This is an opinion I formed through conversations with victims, their families, and mental health professionals who specialize in trauma recovery. As I've shown with my other video, as I've shown with my videos over the last half decade, I strongly believe that the first step to where's my glasses? I can't read, bro. Oh my word. Alright, I'm wearing sunglasses, but like, they're prescriptions, so. Alright, significant problems like the child safety problems. You've got this? Yeah, thank you, Meggie. Like the child safety crisis is to listen to the stories of those who are impacted and learn from their lived experiences. I'm under no illusion that VRChat is some kind of oasis from the broader internet landscape and the problems it brings. And I do think there is a level of responsibility that the companies in control of it inherently have. Alright, so what we've gathered from this is I am just as good as a reader as Kai Cenat, and this person's VRChat account is going to be banned in approximately 23 hours from now.
Entire thing if you would like. The points I'd like to focus on is in the beginning paragraph. It's no secret among the VRChat community or my audience that Tizzy and I are friends and have worked together in several ventures over the years. Following the conversation we had, I sat down with her and asked if I was being given favor in the VRChat moderation process. Her answer was no. Say what you will about policy, but I don't believe they bend the rules for any individual. These excerpts directly contradict the numerous private recollections of events Azil shared with Satori before knowing she would be featured in this documentary, and they also contradict our Sitbox findings. It also should be noted that Tizzy, an official VRChat developer, was consulted about.
Why is she so small? Either she's like the smallest person of all time, or that is a really big mirror. That is a massive mirror.
This response during its creation, and it took Azil just over 20 days to deliver this statement. This response left us only one option, which was to report Azil ourselves with the multiple clips Satori captured.
Didn't they just say they were getting favoritism? Yeah, no, they did. They literally bragged about it, that they were ERPing with like a developer, and she's basically just like trying to say, "Oh no, yeah, that's never happened." Right, yeah, and I know what this message is. They're basically saying that they're not doing shit.
Of them.
She's like the size of an Animal Crossing character. That's fucking insane.
Breaking TOS throughout their investigation. Despite Tizzy's claims of zero favoritism, Azil's account is still active at the current upload date of this video and faced no repercussions following our report. It should also be noted that during my one conversation with Azil, I asked if they could help set up a civil interview with Tizzy or any VRChat developer in hopes of having an open dialogue. Azil seemed fond of the idea, but Tizzy declined. And when I asked why, I was never given an answer. While I admit Azil does serve as the perfect...
Okay, hold on, chat. I'm gonna quickly open my window. Is this way too hot again? I forgot I have it closed. Right. I think the downside of having my window open is I can't like scream and swear. I'm also gonna put a shirt on because it's ridiculous. Like, I don't even know why, man. I just why not? Okay. Anyways.
Window into VRchat's web of lies, I am aware on a personal level they were put between a rock and a hard place. I essentially asked them to publicly out their own friends.
You're 5'5", I'm so sorry for you.
And jeopardize their business. So despite the inconsistencies in their story, I'd like to ask you all to not send any hate towards Azil. Now, while this arc of Satori's journey was an interesting one, it doesn't even compare to what they would experience next. Because, for the first time, they were taking their investigation into the real world.
Wait, they met? I'm 5 foot. Meg, you know damn well I'm 5'9". Alright? What are you, like 5'4"? Exactly.
Satori had officially become trusted. They had popular YouTubers friended on their account, the 4chan space believed he was a degenerate, and slowly, they were building up a Rolodex of users close to the developers of VRchat. One night, a tip-off came through about an invite-only group called Adventure Team. Allegedly, Tupper, the head of VRchat's community, would frequent their instances quite often. Eager to get in, Satori scoured through their friends list and eventually found out that an ex-developer named Strongbad was an active member. And so, the Adventure Team grind began.
I do know about Adventure Team. They're very secretive. They seem mysterious. The way that Tokyo treats moderating the group, if he's given a reason to ban you, he will ban you.
I don't think you understand how it works here yet. Not really. You're gonna have to acclimate pretty quickly. A lot of people wash out of here, you know that, right, Satori? If anyone tries to break the sanctity of this place, I will ban them. I've had to ban a lot of people. And I have a lot of enemies. I don't care. Alright?
The moderation structure
Who
is
do you
not known
think
to
you
even, like, the main members of the group. They keep it completely secret.
Every day, besides group-only
promise you,
Wednesdays,
no one is scared of
Satori
you,
would
Bob.
send a join request to Strongbad and patiently wait to be accepted into the instance. On those lucky days, Satori would attempt to build up trust with the core members, but more specifically, they would aim to build up trust with Tupper, whose official title at VRchat is Head of Community. Now, this isn't the first time I've talked about Tupper. In fact, a couple years ago, when I managed to get the evidence of Sitbox ERPing as a lolly in front of his eyes, he downright ignored it and allowed Sitbox to keep officially moderating the VRchat Discord server, home to thousands of... But here's the thing. While promiscuity was the key that unlocked both Azil and Sitbox's secrets, Tupper knows better. Satori needed a new angle if they wanted to extract important information from the most media-trained VRchat employee.
Dude, that avatar is like the most... It's literally just... How do I put it without YouTube taking down my stream? Whenever I see that avatar, I always... It just gives me German, like World War II mustache man vibes. That's how much I hate Tupper.
Our solution to this problem was a simple belief that everybody loves art. Custom artwork was the perfect way for Satori to start a conversation and build trust, because the only thing that VRchat players enjoy more than ERP is custom fan art of the characters they ERP in. From this moment on...
You know, I would make a joke about him, about the whole happy birthday thing, but Milo is, he's just as bad.
on whenever we needed to gain trust in a sector of VR chat, a talented...
I'd say Milo's even worse, to be fair. I mean, Tupper just... Not Tupper. Parzival just got mad at, like, the whole happy birthday thing. And, to be fair, it's tricky, because he did call Uglar a pedophile for some reason. I have no idea on why he called him one. But, like, Parzival did apologize for that. Milo's done, like, he's done worse shit that he has yet to apologize for. And people see him as, like, VR chat Jesus or something.
Mythra's artist would create a tailor-made drawing for our needs. And that is how Tupper trusted Satori enough to accept their friend request on Discord.
What am I opening? I'm just playing with, like, a water bottle, like, wrapper. It's just a thing. I just take them off the bottle.
From here, things were smooth sailing. Kind of. It's complicated.
When I did the art for Tupper and Straz, like that little piece, everything was different after that. Everybody started knowing me when I went places. Like I would go to clubs and shit, and people would be like, oh, like I would start seeing the art and I'd be like, oh, I drew that. And everyone would go like, what? You drew that? And even to this day, dude, recently with
I'm just
he heard I was
approaching
the art guy. He knew me by reputation before I even fucking like talked to him. He knew who I was. So it gave me this humongous reputation among the devs specifically. And even I think Sai summed it up best when he talked to me and he goes, why do you only have my coworkers added? You know, like you only have devs added. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, that's really weird.
Yes, artwork did open the doors to new information, and I could walk you through a dozen clips that did open the...
Oh. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Not ideal. I've had a bad experience with someone younger who told us about that art.
Doors to new information, and I could walk you through a dozen clips that exposes more of VRChat's secrets that we obtained.
Tupper attending boats during an NSFW event. He did not ban or stop anyone who broke TOS. Oh. Wow, and this was like... This was a day after New Year's. Dude, Tupper's a fucking hypocrite. He does not deserve to be, like,
over the
head of community.
The better part of 6 months. But the truth is, most of these clips would be made completely redundant from the footage Satori captured on May 8th, 2026. After hearing from members of Adventure Team that Tupper would be attending FurCon Atlanta 2026 on behalf of VRChat, Satori and another Mythras team member packed their bags and hit the road. You see, Georgia is a one-party consent state for audio recordings that you were involved in. And since this was a public convention, legally, Satori could record a conversation with Tupper without him knowing, taking away his perceived fear of being clipped and posted online. This one excursion to FurCon made this entire investigation worth it. Because now, we finally have answers straight from the horse's mouth. And I can't wait for all of you to have definitive answers on some of VRChat's most controversial ideologies. So please, get comfortable and pay attention.
Alright, lock in, guys. Let's take a little listen.
What do you say to you? I don't want to hear any more discussion about a safer cigarette. If we pursue a safer cigarette, it would put us at extreme exposure with every other product. I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Not what I expected.
All the people who were dying from cigarettes.
Essentially, yes.
Cancer.
Cancer.
Heart disease. Things of that nature.
Emphysema.
Watch the birding. Is this the audio recording? Oh, here we go.
What up, dude? How
you doing?
Hey, I'm not doing too bad. How about you? Nah, what brings you here?
I work at VRChat.
Oh, shit.
We came from there. That's so cool, man.
What do you do? Are you like the...
I'm the head of community.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Dude, holy shit.
That's so cool.
Pleasure to
Shake
meet
your
you,
hand,
man.
man. Thank you. Your platform is all me. Speaking of the weebs, let me run something across your brain since you're just like the head guy. So
Wait, May 8th, 2026. That was this year? That's like 3 months ago. That's fucking recent. Dude.
like my mass, right? Like my furry group, we run kimono mimis, so it's like kind of Japanese-oriented furries. And one of the issues we run into is that a lot of the furry avatars are like cutesy and small, you know, petite and stuff. A lot of
Yeah,
people
Top
kind
is the
of
bearded
like
guy.
put us in the category of like law.
I honestly wouldn't have guessed it. I
What is
thought you'd be
VRChat's,
like
stance on that? Is that like a
some
no-go?
fat blob. Low key. Or just like really skinny. Skinnier than me.
Is it okay because it's like a cultural thing?
It's really difficult because if you start categorizing really hard, especially publicly, you run into the same problem Tumblr ran into in 2012 and later on.
He doesn't look that bad, to be fair. Oh, hold on, my cat wants to come in. Hold on, guys. My cat wants to enter my room. You may enter. Hi, Reg. You okay? Alright, yeah, back to what I was saying. Tupper, he just looks like a regular guy. He doesn't look that bad, but like, obviously he's a massive hypocrite and a piece of shit, so like, and he lets someone who like has lolly avatars just roam free in his fucking Discord server, just like being mod. It's totally not weird.
That's like the female presenting nipple problem or whatever.
First of all, a decent response when being asked about lolly specific content being allowed on a 13+ platform.
He looks like every stereotype of a dad ever. Thank God my dad doesn't look like that.
Platform should not be, it's really difficult. It's not difficult. In many Western countries like Canada and the UK, this type of content is illegal. And even if it wasn't, lolly content shouldn't be allowed based on what the official VRChat TOS states. Also, the Tumblr point he tries to make tells us a lot about VRChat's thought process behind fringe content. Tupper specifically cites Tumblr's banning of pornographic content as the reason for its downfall, which indirectly admits that VRChat needs pornographic content in the vein of lolly to survive like Tumblr.
Yeah, no, it is a challenge. I don't know how our trust and safety does it, but I know that they're also not stupid. Like, the people that are there, they understand the nuances of the internet. As we scale bigger, like, that's gonna just be a stress point. That's always gonna be like on the barrier of like someone who, you know, isn't aware of this type of content is gonna see that and immediately associate to whatever they can think of, which is like, this is a but furry, and it's like, no, it's just small, it's huntable. Like,
huntable, yeah.
To everyone who thinks that the image on screen is a Tupper would disagree. It's simply small and puntable. But don't worry, the VRChat Trust and Safety team knows the nuances of the internet. My question to you, Tupper, would be, in what world should lolly viewed as a nuance of the internet?
And, you know, like, I have a couple of, like, smaller anime avatars with, like, you know, like, anime girls and stuff that are really popular on the platform. And I've kind of run into that issue because, like, on the Japanese side of VRChat, it's very, like, welcoming and calm. But on the other side of VRChat, people kind of don't view it that way.
It's like
There's, like, a no-go.
Big old beer belly, and he's like 6'1", big guy. Definitely not that scrawny. I mean, my dad, he's well built. He's blonde like me, has a blonde beard. I'm not gonna say much about what my dad looks like because obviously, you know, I respect his privacy. He watches my content, so like out of respect, I'm not gonna like describe what my dad looks like entirely. But he's a good-looking fella. So if you're watching this, dad, you're a good-looking fella.
You're being a little girl, yada yada.
Yeah, it's weird. The Western world is it's gotten worse over the past, how long has it been since 2016?
Yes, the Western world is so bad. Clearly, this is a 3,000-year-old man. If only we could see the world through your Japanese tinted lenses, Tupper.
Regulatory things are getting weird and they're having to make decisions that are making it like they're solidifying gray lines, which is not always a good thing. So, yeah.
There is no other way to interpret that statement other than Tupper does not believe countries should make law illegal. Honestly,
that's
these statements don't surprise me, given the private messages Satori obtained from the Adventure Team Discord server. What you're seeing is a censored version of an image Tupper shared on Discord that he
Isn't that just as, like... It looks like his character. I wish I could see him more, but he's in Texas. Oh, that sucks. Thankfully, I live, like, 5 minutes away from my dad, so... pretty much see him every week.
describes as slightly lewd and a robot girl. However, the only thing robotic about her is the panels on her wrists and knees. The rest looks like the body of a It's one thing to accidentally generate images, but to then casually post them in a Discord server proves Tupper's loyalty to the cause runs deeper than just ignoring the original Sitbox report from 2024.
Secret to
Alright,
ERP.
I'd say, look, we can be real here, alright? Like, look, obviously, if there's just me and a friend in a private lobby, you know, it is what it is. If I'm in private with a friend and I ERP, I mean, technically no.
No, well, that's different too. Like if it's like that's what you do in your bedroom kind of thing. Art, who put Gowron up there?
Yeah, so it's like, you know, when it comes to like content like that, especially for adults, it's like, you know, like the TOS says, you know, no insensitive. But if you're alone somewhere, you know, they're consensual.
If a tree
then...
falls in the forest and no one hears it, like, yeah.
I like that. Yeah. That's a good point. It's a good way to look at it.
But it's a 13 plus platform. Should it be allowed regardless if it's in like a private instance or not?
Falls in the forest and no one reports it, right?
Let's get one thing straight. In order for two adults in a private lobby to ERP,
Your parents are like 16 hours away? Oh, that sucks, Jilly. I'm sorry about that.
they have to upload 18 plus NSFW content onto the platform. The reason the if a tree falls in a forest excuse is so dangerous is because the content that these adults are uploading to ERP ends up seeping into the public lobbies where hang out every day. And we see this time and time again. This acceptance of adult culture, private or not, is literally poisoning the same well drink from, whether they see the poison being poured in or not. How the head of VRChat's community can't make this distinction is baffling to me.
The story I told actually at our last panel was really good. One of our board members, when we started debating about market research, was like, man, you guys have like a lot of adult stuff on your platform. What if you lean really far into that? Which was interesting. This is coming from like one of our bigger investors too, so.
Yes, you heard that right. Even the investors want to lean more into VRChat's adult side. The developers, the players, the investors, everyone's mentality and thought process is completely rotten when it comes to the safety regulations that should be in place when it comes to VRChat.
Moderation.
These groups are large, and like they're operating just enough within the lines that they can't get moderated, but we know that they do those things. But at the same time, we don't want to not talk to them because they have valuable insights. They represent a lot of people. And telling trust and safety, it's like, yeah, we know these people do these things, but like this does not constitute a report. It's going 60 and a 45 when you know no cop ever goes down this road.
Yeah.
And even if you drive by a cop, he's just going to be like, dude.
This is an
That is such a shit analogy.
Interesting one. In this clip, Tupper claims he has explicitly told the Trust and Safety team not to ban groups who have been reported engaging in adult content because they have valuable insights, and then proceeds to make another terrible analogy, this time using the speed limit, which is just as invalid as the forest one he made prior. But as you can see, behind the scenes, this is another developer showing another form of favoritism. Much like Azil's case, large groups are too valuable to get rid of due to their insights into the community. And I'd like to say once again, this directly contradicts Tizzy's statement from earlier.
I guess like why you guys can't say shit like that. It's just like, oh, if we were to say that, then somebody's gonna come out and be like, hey, no, your legal TOS says this. It's a platform for kids, and it's just like.
Well, no, we've never marketed specifically to any demographic, especially not kids.
It's okay. All right, hold up. Let's look up something. How old do you need to be to play VRChat? You have to be 13 years old. Tupper. You lying little dog.
Ever.
Tupper claims VRChat has never marketed to any specific demographic. This is impossible. Every post on Twitter, video on TikTok, trailer on Steam inherently markets itself to someone, whether VRChat intended to do it or not. What you'll notice is Tupper made it very clear to say that they don't market to any specific demographic right before he claims that VRChat never markets to children. Almost as if to say, well, we can't possibly market to children because we don't market to anybody. This argument is factually incorrect.
In this world, you can be Captain America.
Like, hold up, that's actually a cool world. Hold up. Might have to boot up the old VR and be America's ass. Shit. No, but like that is crazy though. Like they're literally advertising worlds where you could be any Marvel hero you wanted. And obviously Marvel is targeted towards like, you know, kids, teenagers and stuff. I think the only like the only bit where it's like 18 plus is probably like it'd probably have to be Deadpool, right? That's the only part I can think about. Either that or like Deadpool's 16 plus. Let me know if I'm wrong or anything.
Collect your shield and head to stage 1.
That's literally.
Is VRChat publicly traded? Like, they're not publicly traded, are they?
Thank you for asking. Advertise fucking steal a brain rot on the VRChat TikTok page.
Not yet.
Maybe one day.
You guys should IPO.
What's that?
You guys should IPO.
Eventually, I mean that's you got to exit somehow.
What's stopping you guys?
There's a bunch of things. Like there's exit favorability you got to do in certain situations. I don't know. I'm not a finance guy, but
Yeah,
as far as I know, like there's certain conditions you want to hit.
Would you be a part of that? Like, do you have stock?
No.
You don't have stock?
No, I do. I have like options and stuff like that. Just part of like being hired like 10 years ago. But no, I would have a good amount, but Graham and Jesse would be obviously the primary holders.
It was specifically interesting to me when I found out Tupper had stock options in VRChat, especially given how IPOs function. For those who don't know, since Tupper has been with the company for so long, they have given him shares that can only be sold if the company became publicly traded or privately acquired. The reason this is so interesting is because VRChat is not evaluated on how much profit they make, but rather how many users they have. This is due to a financial evaluation method called Metcalfe's Law, which is usually used to evaluate tech companies that operate in the social media space. Think TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Technically, this would mean that Tupper is financially incentivized to maintain as many players as possible. The reason I'm making this point is because Tupper has been critical of how myself and popular Roblox predator hunter Schlepp make money.
I've heard a lot of people say X is worse or Y is worse, but I've never seen any data saying anything is particularly worse. Not even Roblox.
Well, according to, what was it, Schlepp? I think Schlepp was the one that put out a tweet, and he's like, this is the worst platform I've ever seen in my life.
Sure, but as someone who might make videos where they get millions of views with sponsorships on their videos that makes money from each view and click, don't you think that their priorities might be a little mixed up?
I know Schlepp isn't a grifter.
What?
But just for you, Tupper, I'll offer you a trade. I will publicly tweet how much money I've made from every VRChat video I have ever posted if you tell the world what your stock options are currently valued at under VRChat's previous evaluation. If my amount is larger, I will delete this video. Because I am positive your financial incentive for keeping children on a dangerous platform is far greater than the AdSense I make from one YouTube video every 6 months.
Video, 'cause you never know.
But I'm not stupid enough to make that argument in good faith. On the last day of FurCon, the Mythos member that accompanied Satori decided to publicly confront Tupper during the VRChat Q&A, specifically about Sai, who was the developer shown being given a nude lap dance at the very start of this video.
Shit.
If you don't mind, you can ask anything.
I'll get a little back here.
The worst you'll get is.
Yo.
am I muted? Can everyone hear me? Am I muted? So, you and I had a really interesting conversation yesterday. We talked a little about the TOS. And in the TOS, it states no NSFW, no graphic content. Well, I talked to you about one of your developers, Sai, your graphic artist. He was seen getting a NSFW lap dance around NSFW content, engaging and promoting it. So my question is, what do you guys do when one of your developers breaks your own rules?
Well, yeah, no, in situations like that, I mean, people on the VRChat team use VRChat, and the people on the VRChat team are necessarily adults who, technically speaking, the terms of service is extremely broad, and that's on purpose. It doesn't say not safe for work. I don't think any of our copy anywhere says the term not safe for work. It's mentioned once, but the inverse, safe for work, is mentioned in our creator guidelines underneath our
Yes, NSFW is not mentioned in the TOS, but the word is, and Sai was 100% interacting with pornographic material.
I don't know, it's a challenge. At the same time, we want to treat our employees like adults. Like, of course we want to. So if they want to go and do that stuff, like, they should.
This is a public message to all current VRChat developers. Tupper has just told you that if you want to ERP and upload custom NSFW models into an ecosystem filled with thousands of you should.
Yeah, I assume, like, since
That's
that
an
incident was
insane
reported,
thing
like,
to do.
the devs are just held as accountable as any other user on the platform as well, so it would be looked at just like any other report, right?
If it's reported, but I mean, presence at an event is, I don't think, like a thing that you can get, you know, a thing for. I'm not a trust and safety agent.
Yeah, I don't think presence would make an impact. I mean, like, engagement.
No, I don't think even engaging with the content is a thing. If you, like, the rules are, again, very broad.
I'm not sure how Tupper is denying Sai's engagement, since he's acting like he has never seen the clip, but yes, he was 100% engaging in the sexual content.
The broadness is one thing, enforcement is another thing. It's the separation between enforcement and policy. It's why when you go 50 and a 45, the cop doesn't give a shit.
Once again, another terrible analogy. Sai broke your official terms
Yeah,
of
like,
service,
what's the
we reported
correlation?
it, nothing happened. You are now
Especially
publicly
like
being
all
confronted.
content AM, considering the fact that you're actually funny when you troll others. I'm glad you stopped the VRChat stuff. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to see NSFW7, you can, you're an adult. But VRChat staff, you should be acting professional either way, bro.
Confronted about
That's what I mean, yeah, no, they should be acting more professional.
it and defending it.
What you're speaking about is less about like a rule being violated in this case, and again, not a trust and safety agent. Of course. In my mind, that's more of like a image, PR, that kind of thing. Sure, yeah, that's a challenge.
Tupper claims he is not a trust and safety agent, which is technically true, but he did used to develop the trust and safety team, and as we saw from our earlier clip, he has gone to the trust and safety team in the past to give groups an exemption to punishment due to his own professional opinion.
I'm telling trust and safety, it's like, yeah, we know these people do these things, but like, this does not constitute a report.
So yeah, I hope anyone who has any doubts about the corruption that plagues this company has some clarity after sitting through these absurd justifications for issues that are only complex due to VRChat's mismanagement and harsh corner they have put themselves in by allowing this culture to thrive for so many years.
Oh, I think he is just convinced that he is right and everyone else just doesn't understand. Like, I think he truly in his soul believes everything he's doing is right, and whatever consequences happen, that's just people hating on the future. And I guess I could say that I've kind of been there too, because going into this project, I thought anybody in VR is just a freaking, they're a loser. How could you spend all day in VR? Like, I don't get it, but now I do. Like, I do. There was a point in the project where it's like I could see myself, like, how I could get sucked into this. I understand why adults spend all day drinking and trying to have sex with each other. I get the appeal.
Furcon felt like a logical conclusion to Satori's journey, and in many ways, it was. But for better or for worse, this fairy tale ending had one loose end that had to be cleaned up. Some of you may already know who I'm referring to.
What is your opinion on people who do things that have been implied? Not that he did it, but if he did do it, what would your opinion be? That's what I'm asking you. Person to person.
Ask your question again. That's not a question.
Okay. If a person generated CSAM material and shared it with others, what would your opinion be of that person?
They should be moderated according to the terms of the platform that they were on.
What?
Not just in terms of the platform. What is your opinion of that person on an individual level?
irrelevant.
Relevant.
On the 24th of October 2025, I published a documentary titled Exposing a VRChat Developer. This documentary dove into the wild digital footprint of VRChat's DevOps engineer named Fusel. At the time, nobody knew that Mithras and Satori were a huge part of this video's creation, and today we finally have an official response. A GitHub post titled Addressing the Allegations, published by Fusel, is a whopping 6,300 word rebuttal to our findings. But unfortunately, this document is largely an emotional response that fails to address the main critique of my video. The document starts with a similar tactic VRChat used in their original Sitbox response. Fusel claims VRChat conducted an internal investigation alongside an outside legal counsel regarding the allegations. However, due to legal and privacy reasons, VRChat allegedly asked Fusel not to share the results. This did not stop Fusel from alluding to the results leaning in their favour, claiming they were not fired, but instead left on their own terms. At this moment in time, VRChat has not confirmed any of this to be true. And I want to be perfectly clear, I was never contacted by VRChat or the outside legal counsel to provide the unredacted evidence that was not allowed on YouTube. This evidence would have undoubtedly impacted the case, and to me, it's concerning that both VRChat and the outside legal counsel doing the investigation never reached out to the accuser while investigating the accused.
Right.
This large blunder in what should be a serious investigation makes me personally question the legitimacy of this outside legal counsel's existence, although this is simply speculation on my part. All VRChat would need to do is make the name of the organization or individuals public, so we can at least confirm an investigation took place. Regarding VRChat's direct involvement, I hope the new information we brought forward in the Sitbox case proved to you all that they cannot be trusted investigating internal affairs. In the 1,600 words that follow the opening statement, Fusel tackles the alleged AIC screenshot that leaked on Twitter back in April of 2024. Fusel begins to talk about this screenshot as if I publicly stated it was legitimate, so I'd like to be very clear. At no point in my video do I claim this screenshot is real. It serves as circumstantial evidence to the vortex of findings relating to Fusel, and it serves as the starting point to my investigation.
Yeah,
from a narrative perspective, it was essential to include, despite finding no concrete evidence the image was 100% legitimate. I would argue, however, the evidence surrounding this screenshot does warrant it being taken seriously. After Fusel fails to realize this screenshot was merely antecedent information, they go on to explain in detail how the messaging app Matrix works. When reading this part of their document for the first time, I assumed their explanation would lead to a debunking of the screenshot, but I was wrong. In the original image, Fusel's account is shown to be logged in to 7 devices. Fusel's claim is that the screenshot can't possibly be real, since at the time, it was only possible for her to have 6 account sessions, 2 on her phones and 4 on her PCs. To be clear, Fusel's rebuttal to allegedly sending illegal material online boils down to them having 6 active account sessions and not 7. Personally, I can't say I'm convinced. The next topic Fusel decides to address is their collection of lolly games they AFK'd on for thousands of hours. They explain this obsession by claiming it was for Steam trading cards. However, last time I checked, AFKing to get Steam cards doesn't get you every single achievement across multiple lolly games. This was the point in the document I expected Fusel to respond to the main critique in my video, that being their obsession with naked drawings of and age fantasies. However, not once across these 6,300 words does Fusel denounce lol or address their obsession. They do, however, criticize others for that exact same thing, especially their ex-partners. This is the main reason I classify this response as an emotional one. Fusel takes zero accountability while shifting the blame on anybody who wronged them. The reason they only address the circumstantial evidence in my video is because the witness testimonies and 4K screenshots of them partaking in disgusting acts are impossible to defend. So, they simply left it out of their response. Now, at the end of this GitHub document, Fusel throws a big allegation my way, which I will now address. Fusel claims I intentionally enable predators on and off VRChat. This is of course not true, and Fusel provides zero evidence to corroborate this claim. For those who are unaware, when I dig into VRChat as a company or its users, I will usually have to talk to morally despicable people in order to get information. This isn't something unique to me. This is a common practice when investigating anything illegal or immoral. Ruikawa is someone I morally condemn on multiple levels, but Fusel is trying to make the point that because I received information from Ruikawa, the information is invalid. I'd like to be clear that the information Ruikawa gave me started the domino effect that led me to receiving screenshots which definitively proved Fusel was ERPing in VRChat dressed up as a little. Nothing about this interaction warrants the allegation of me enabling predators in any way, shape, or form. One thing I have always given Fusel credit for is their technical abilities. They undoubtedly have a talent when it comes to coding. Because of this fact, I knew as soon as I posted my video, Fusel would get digging into my personal life and past. With that being said, I am pleased to announce, after 7 months, Fusel managed to find 4 deleted tweets I posted when I was 16 and 17. 2 of these tweets are classic teenager edgy humor. Anyway, it's safe to say I was relieved Fusel never dug up my past of being a multinational drug mule for the cartel. I guess I just got lucky. Unfortunately for Fusel, over the past 7 months, the Mithras team found a lot more than just a couple of old tweets. They found you, Fusel.
Hi. What have you been up to?
Overworked.
Oh yeah.
Overworked and sad. And waiting my girlfriend to get back because she was 3 days at a con, so I could not see her. And really could text her. Yes, I do have a girlfriend.
Oh my god, when are we meeting this girlfriend? I'm so happy for you.
I've been in a relationship for a while. Oh my god, I love her. She's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Where'd you meet her?
At an ERP world.
Spicy!
It turns out, after my video's publication, Fusel adopted a new personality, implementing a voice changer alongside a slight name change.
I was debating on a steam
I
machine,
feel
but
like
then I'm
I've
like, wait a
seen that
minute.
name before. You like a streamer, like a VTuber?
So there is a VRChat staff member who's been unfortunately dragged into public drama with like a ton of false evidence about her. She's an amazing person too. Like she didn't get fired or anything. She still works at VRChat. She just, her mental health is a bit in shambles because of it, unfortunately. She doesn't even have social media for the most part. She doesn't make content. You're gonna just have to run into her to know her. I really can't tell you where she hangs out for her safety because, of everything that happened.
How did you and other Fusel met? Like, was it before the big drama or after?
I can't comment on this.
What are you doing for work today?
I done my Linux DevOps today. That was about it. So.
Oh, DevOps. That's kind of cool. What is that?
Make computer work. I don't know.
Oh, you do computer stuff. That's right.
Yes.
I wish I was smart enough to do that stuff.
Damn, only
So,
Fusel would
they're pretending to be someone else.
Used to walk up to her with her amazing personality and ask her, and she would rant to me for
Topper's
2 hours
right
about
there.
it. So I'm not Fusel, I forget. Don't worry about these names. The worst part is we both were lolly avatars. Like, we're amazingly similar people. We're both trans. We're both named Katie. We both were lolly avatars.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she's done, yeah.
That is a hell of a coincidence.
Yes, Tupper, I agree. It is a coincidence that this random user has the same name, job title, interests, and speech patterns as your supposedly ex-employee. How strange. After a couple weeks of observing this twisted game of dress up, I decided to confront this new persona by getting Satori to isolate them in a private lobby. But as soon as I joined, Fusel left the lobby with zero hesitation. Shortly after this interaction, I received a privacy complaint on the documentary I made about her. And despite them having tried this trick before and failing, this time it went through, and the video was abruptly removed from YouTube. Unfortunately, I can't risk publicly re-uploading the video. However, I have posted a more censored version for the members of this YouTube channel. So if you want to support my work and see 3 other videos that were also removed or demonetized, then consider clicking the join button down below. Not only as a middle finger to Fusel, but also because it funds more investigations like this in the future. And Fusel, you can drop the axe now. No one's buying your charade.
Just finished watching the Brandon FM video. I am absolutely disgusted and disappointed with the staff. And it is no wonder to me why the platform is so disgusting. Yeah, no, literally, Wolfie. This video is actually coming to an end in 5 minutes, but yeah, everything that's been mentioned in this video is fucking disgusting. And I honestly give full-on props to Jumper for, like, spending a whole year, like, dedicating it to, like, exposing the staff team. So, honestly, good shit.
Attorney rewrote the minutes of this research meeting with all of the research heads of VAT Industries.
That is correct.
In order to sanitize it, in a sense.
Sanitize it as well as reduce any type of exposure associated with discussing a safer cigarette. When you say you have a safer cigarette, if that now takes everything else that you have available and say it's unsafe, and that from a product liability point of view gave the lawyers great concern.
I mean, fuck, what do I do, dude? I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the middle. Do I just go on live stream and just start doing fucking, 30, 10-hour live streams for the next 3 weeks and just hope people figure it out and watch all the live streams? Like you said, the only way this is getting dealt with is if people understand it, and it comes down to the news. The news. Fuck it. Let's just get that document that we were going to send to investors. Let's just start sending that shit out to the news and hope that they hit us back. Because what else?
Is that Jumper?
Company-protected sex workers, deceptive personas, blatant group favoritism from staff members, unfired guilty employees, repeat deviant offenders left to moderate children, corporate pushes for more adult content, and a complete ignoral of every single report we submitted. All on a platform these people see fit for kids. These are the lies of VRChat. The events I showed you today are just the essential ones needed to grasp who Satori was, what they did, and how they found answers no one else could. But there was so much that I simply did not have the time to deviate and distract you with. While I hope this story felt somewhat linear, the truth is, Satori's journey was a labyrinth of stress, some of which I felt burdened with while finishing this video. And I hope that Jeffrey Wigand's story is not repeated following this documentary's publication. After VRChat got wind of what we were doing, they once again made promises on their YouTube channel that moving forward they will do better when it comes to safety on their platform. However, all of the changes mentioned are in favor of making these two vastly different player bases of adults and coexist, which, in my opinion, is just a further recipe for disaster. After we obtained proof of VRChat's corporate leniency with adult content, alongside staff members' acceptance of LOL, it's simply impossible to be confident in the decision-making at the company. The truth is, whether Satori's odyssey was futile is in the hands of the media and the viewers watching this video. Unless VRChat is forced to change and make adjustments, they never will. Even after my push for age verification was accepted back in 2024, VRChat made what should have been a $1.50 fee into a $10 one, and have yet to change it, despite much smaller competitors consuming the fee entirely. For those curious, you can find Satori's perspective of this investigation over on the Jumper channel, and if there are any professional journalists watching this video, I'd love to give you all the information necessary to spread this story. Throughout this investigation, we have given almost every single person mentioned an opportunity to comment or engage in an open dialogue. Every single one refused apart from Azil. I doubt any of you watching this have changed your mind, but if you have, my DMs are always open. Finally, thank you to the entire Mithras team, thank you to Jumper, and thank you for watching.
It can't coexist without better age verification or something. I don't know, dude. They just don't care to moderate the adult staff to... Yeah, no, literally. That's what I mean. It's fucking sick.
480 days of chess.
Damn. Honestly, that was a really good documentary by Brandon. I suggest you guys watch it for yourself. Give it some love and support. I hope this does make the news one day because it honestly does deserve to, like, it really deserves to, like, be put out there and just, like, expose the dangers of VR chat, because this platform is, like, disgusting. Yeah, that's all I wanted to come on for today. I'm not going to be doing anything else. I just wanted to, like, react to this documentary with all of you. I will be back. Obviously, I can't find any more content, so I'm unfortunately staying with VR chat. It is what it is at this point. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And until next time, I'll see you then.